yeah, how are we looking at relationships?
Don't
Because
turn
I
your
got
cameras
people.
off. Go ahead,
What'd you
Trey.
say? What'd you say?
I said no, because I see y'all be ready to turn your cameras off because the meeting is being recorded. Don't turn your
Oh
cameras
no, I was turning the volume up.
off.
Government don't want none of y'all.
That is
No, I was going to say, listen, I mean, there's people that I am associated with, but I guess I could also say there's a relationship, but not on the same end, not really. So then from that standpoint, there isn't really an intimacy. So like what Janika said, it's almost like, well, where it depends on where you're going, because that can be a very like just generic thing. Like, all right, yeah, what do you mean intimacy?
That's why I said, what kind of intimacy are you referring to, Ching? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, pick one. Yeah, pick
So do
one.
you mean
Pick one.
sex or just
about physical.
physical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you can.
so what's the question on the floor?
Can you have can you have a physical relationship without intimacy?
Yeah, people do that all the
Oh
time.
shoot, I know you can, because I did that in
you can,
college.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah, you can.
I did that several times.
wait, people are doing that right now. So yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
But how, in some way, shape, or form, are you not mentally connected to that person because you're having a physical?
So Chingy, you've never just had a straight lover. You ain't just had where, look, come over, we're gonna do the do. All right, boo, thank you. You ain't never had that.
Oh yes, but I've also been in a position of being like, okay, well, are we something? You understand what I'm saying? Like, even
Oh no. See, you trying to take it some. See, okay, all right, never mind. I'm gonna out myself, so I'm gonna shut up.
Now,
Well,
say the question again. I want to make sure I get it right.
can we have a physical relationship without having any intimacy? So
yeah,
with having a physical relationship in some way, shape, or form, like I know for me as a woman, you're connected in some way, shape, or form. But if you're saying that not always is the case, like you could just go and that's just it.
Is that a booty call?
You're right.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Now, the only thing about that is that it won't last too long.
That's what I'm saying.
The reason why it won't, it's temporal. And the reason why it's temporal is because one or the other person will develop feelings. So
well, how long is
very short-lived. It's short.
How long is too long? How long is too long?
Trying to get to,
it depends. It depends on the people.
Listen, so this is what
I'm
I'm
over there laughing.
You could be in
I have a question. Do intimacy mean sexual? Because you can be
That's
intimate
what
with
she
somebody.
defined it as.
No, she said physical. She was talking about physical is the sex part. She said intimacy is getting to know the person.
Yeah.
It's up, yeah. So the intimacy part is just you sharing your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, or whatever with the person. They get to know your soul inside and out. That's intimacy. They get to know the real you. She's talking about the real you, where you share everything about yourself with this person.
So when you're basically, what I'm saying is that can you develop a physical relationship and not have any intimacy in that physical relationship? So basically what you guys are saying is that, yes, you can do it. Yeah. But what I am saying is that at some point you will develop, just like Erica was saying, you're going to develop some type of feelings.
Somebody will. One or the other.
I think it depends on the parameters. I think it depends on how it's presented. So for example, if you have two consenting adults that come together and they literally decide, you know, hey, we friends, I'm attracted to you, you attracted to me, but I don't want to be in a committed relationship.
Okay.
It is quite possible, and it's not necessarily short-lived if that's what was established. That's why I was asking some questions for clarity,
Clarity.
because
And remember,
The
basically,
only thing about that is that somebody is going to end up
catch feelings.
having feeling. Even with that, even when you go in and you say, this is what it is, somebody gonna turn around and they gonna see you dating somebody else. and they gonna be up in
I would agree,
they
I
gonna
would
be up at
happen
the
to
table
agree
talking
with
about,
that.
I thought you said that you ain't want no relationship.
Nah, if you gotta be, like, honestly, you gotta be real for that. For what I'm describing, you really have to be two mature people. And yes, Erica, your point is well taken. That can happen. But if two people go into it and they know, then it's like you can't switch up because you knew that's what it was when we started.
Yes, you can.
It's not possible, is what you're saying.
It's not them doing it on purpose. Their heart and everything starts to become connected.
Because when you have a physical relationship with somebody in some way, shape, or form, you are developing something with that person. So
A
it's
spiritual connection, believe it or not.
So wait a minute. So wait, if you, okay, so I get what Nikki's saying. Nikki's saying, okay, if you just, okay, so maybe it's over a period of time. So if you're just having a physical relationship with somebody
Look at Nikki's face.
over a period of time, and you basically are saying, you're establishing in the beginning, you're saying, okay, look, this is all physical. It's nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? Then that's what Nick is saying. But what I'm saying and what Erica is saying also,
right,
is that in due time, even that physical relationship,
if
will
you
possibly
continue.
start to continuing that, unless it's just somebody just slept with one night and that's it. I don't want to see from you ever again. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it's a relationship that continues to have a physical, some type of physical, coming together, then I think those two people, if not one of those people, will get very concerned with having that, just really being concerned with being intimate now. Like, okay, you know what? I think I want to tell you about my life, because at the end of the day, how do a lot of women, like women don't really do that. Like it's really hard for them to do that, but at the same time they can. It's hard though to not want to actually be in a relationship. You just date and then don't want to be in no relationship. You just want to have a physical, that's it.
That's not what you're talking about though.
That is what I'm saying.
No, dating, no, wait, because you mixing stuff.
Okay.
Dating is a whole nother different thing.
I'm saying a physical relationship without no intimacy whatsoever. I'm saying
Right.
So you can't throw dating in there.
Okay. Yeah, dating is different because y'all are on the same page.
Won't the person end up starting to turn into thinking that that's what you guys are doing because you're sleeping with one another?
That's a good point.
Well, not to what Janika was saying. If in the beginning, both sides say going in, this ain't more than that, then no, not to that point. Because now what's going to happen if you do it with any type of frequency, you're going to feel something. I mean, both people are going to feel something. Now, because the intimacy, that's another layer thing. Because if you're consistently with somebody, but not trying to quote unquote form a relationship, it's too late from the standpoint of what Erica was saying. If you have sex, there's a bond, there is something that happens. So you can be like if someone cheats, oh, I'm going back home to my spouse. That wasn't nothing. That was just, you could say that, but you've already connected
with that person.
And then if you keep connecting, then it's just, there's going to be a link. Even if you want to shake the link, it's a link.
That's because we're relational human beings. We were created that way. We were not created to be here, there, and everywhere. So every time you sleep with somebody, you are giving them a piece of who you are, your spirit. Your spirit connects with theirs. That's why there's always you can walk away from somebody, you still think about them, you still want to talk to them after a while, even though it's supposed to be over. You still have these feelings. It's like withdrawal. You still have to go through a process because you have been with them, for so long. It's the way we were made. We really cannot do that without with a clean slate. That it can't be done.
Even when you see that person again, even after you know what you've already done, that still sits with you. It's like, oh wait, I remember.
Is she back there making noise? We don't even see her face.
I'm serious. Listen, see, because I praise the Lord for being sanctified now and set apart. What I'm saying is that I think full transparency. There is this one guy till this day, if I run into him, I have the most respect for this guy because he never, and I'm talking through now from a female point of view. He was, how guys, they will act one way just so they can be with you physically. And then you're right, Chingy, you and Erica, you get all in it thinking it's leading to somewhere and all of that. No, I'll never forget. The conversation was, you attracted to me, I'm attracted to you. Are you trying to be in a relationship? No. Are you trying to be in a relationship? No. Okay, so what are we saying? You just want to have a physical relationship? And the answer was yes. And I was like, let me think about it. Came home, thought about it. And I was like, okay, this will be different. And I never caught feelings. I knew that's what his purpose was. When I picked up the phone and he knocked on the door, that's it. But I appreciate, shut up, Erica, shut up. But I appreciated that because he didn't try to do it the other way. Because I had that happen where guys tried to act like they want more and they really didn't. And then they playing you. But this guy was straight up front. Now, I will say, Erica, because this went on for about 2 years. And I will say, he eventually did catch feelings. And then that's when I knew, okay, we can't do this no more. So you are right. Somebody will eventually, and Chingy, and you're right. Like, no, we didn't talk about like a whole bunch of dreams and stuff. No, come over, have a glass of wine, need some Boom Farm, what? It's on. We ain't got to do preliminaries. So, but I like that we had that mature conversation. Shut up, Erica. Had that mature conversation, and we both understood the rules. So, that's what, so
y'all didn't understand.
Guys.
Y'all didn't understand the rules, Nikki, because he caught feelings. And this is what I'm trying to say.
But that's 2 years in. But go ahead, Trey.
I want to say, but that's two different things. The fact that
because the 2 year thing. Now, from what I understand, I've heard other men say that it takes about that long for a man to actually develop feelings for a woman.
What?
So he was on. I kid you not. I've heard men say, and these are experts relationship. They married long time. These are men, and they are saying that a man does not fall in love as quick as a woman. It normally takes him a longer period of time, about 1.5, 2 years. I heard men say this, multiple men before. They said a man will get married because he knows that this is his spouse, but it does not mean that his level of love is where hers is at. It takes time for a man to grow into that love stage, from what I understand. So he looked like he was on time with the 2 years. Then this is based on what I heard. This is based on what I heard from the expert.
Why would you marry him?
Huh?
Why would you marry somebody that why would you get married to somebody that really does not have the same feelings of, okay, so that means that when we talk about equally yoked, So aren't we talking about that person, when you say equally yoked, shouldn't that
No, we
person-
didn't say equally yoked. The word is intimacy, Aunt.
I know it's intimacy, but I'm saying,
Oh,
we're talking about marrying the
who said marrying?
No, they
No, I was just giving an
about
example.
marrying anybody.
I was just giving an example of what, based on the 2-year mark about the guy.
Oh, because
developing
Erica
feelings.
was saying somebody will eventually catch feelings. And I want, yeah, it was too, because yeah, I had come home. I came home from college. Now I'm teaching and I was fine. I understand the rules. I'm good. But yeah, and we did not, once I saw he's catching feelings, and I'm gonna be honest, my brain was like, I know your purpose. I'm good. I don't need this to go any further than that, So you're right. We did stop because it wasn't fair to him. He had caught feelings.
Nick understood the assignment.
She's stupid.
He said,
You sound like, I can't remember the ball. I can't remember that preacher from the UK used to always say that. I'm on assignment. I'm on assignment. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people, to your point about intimacy, I do. That's why you said, can you be physically, the original question involved being physically involved with someone and not having intimacy. And that's why I said, well, what's the definition? Because you're right. I think you can if you talk about it up front and the people aren't misleading each other, but that's a mature way to be. I think a lot of people don't do that. I think they don't go in with, this is just what it is. Don't add nothing to it. Don't take nothing away from it. I don't think people had those kind of conversations.
so what if you had a social, okay, what is it? Physical, mental, emotional. Okay, so can you have an emotional relationship with somebody with not having any intimacy?
You mean, see, Chingy, that's why I said define intimacy. Can you have an emotional what?
A connection. Can you have an emotional connection with somebody
Without being fit, about sleeping with somebody?
without having that, yes, without having that physical intimacy?
Yeah, because that's how they talk about, especially how married people have to be careful, because you can have an emotional affair. You can literally be made and connect with someone that's not your spouse, but and then they're the one you're going to for your mental support, your emotional support, instead of turning to your spouse. So yes, that is quite possible.
Okay.
I mean, and you got to, listen, let's be honest.
So then you're telling me,
Anytime you,
Wait, Mom. Go ahead, Trey.
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, anytime you have sex, there is some type of emotion involved. See, sometimes when we talk about emotion, we're just thinking about one set of feelings, but no, you need some type of emotion, because emotion is a feeling, is an indicator to engage with someone. So even like Janika was saying, I think the difference too was this guy, because we're saying intimacy, but I'm hearing commitment tied to it. So this guy is looking like at commitment, and Nikki's just like, no, her emotions is, if he with it as far as the physical, I'm down. So yes, she's emotional because her understanding or her feeling is, I want to do this. I like this. As long as he's in agreement, boom. So emotion, you always going to have that. You matter of fact, you need it because it gives you awareness. Even if you, like you just said, people have you say emotional affairs and say they weren't physically, they didn't physically sleep with someone, but your emotion, your feeling was towards someone else. You're pouring into them and all of that. So that's the thing. When we talk about emotion, intimacy, all these things, we say the words, but it's probably more important to look at the function. What are you doing? I heard you say that. So how are you acting? Okay. And that's where, like y'all been talking about, a guy could be saying one thing, but y'all like, but I see how you function and you calling it this, but you doing the other. Yeah. So I'm not going to call it what you're doing.
So what if the individual doesn't understand his assignment and now is looking for a commitment because his emotions are tied into that? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
So
like Nick, like
You might
like
have to
Janika
call the
said, she had to
police.
have a talk with him and say,
Well,
bro,
Nikki said she held a conversation.
You might have to.
No,
call- Like,
he made the, see, the thing was, he was the one that made the suggestion. He was the one that, he said.
wait,
what
wait,
he was in-
about the initial relationship.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
okay,
initiate the conversation.
okay.
I had to come home and talk to some of my friends and get some, because I was like, I've never done that. Because my understanding, if you with somebody physically, you in a relationship.
Yeah.
So that was new for me.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
that was my understanding too.
what?
Well, y'all well,
That was my
We had
understanding. Listen, if I'm sleeping with you,
Yeah.
we together. That's it.
no, well,
No,
we all
right.
had a bad understanding.
No, and see, that's how I was raised. I was raised, if you're gonna be with somebody physically, that means you're in a relationship. So when he presented it, and I was like, and he was at that time, he looked I'm not kidding y'all, he was a dead ringer at the time for the healthy Christopher Williams. So I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
He said healthy Christopher.
She said the healthy version.
Yeah, because have y'all seen Christopher Williams? Have you seen him today?
Why she talking about that
Oh,
man
that's
like that?
stupid.
That ain't nice.
It's the truth. The poor man looks sick.
She said,
But no, he really, I'm not lying. He really was like a doppelganger for Christopher Williams. And I'll never forget it, because when I went to Great Adventure that summer, Christopher Williams was at Great Adventure and he had a hat on trying to be incognito. And I walked right up to him and I said, "How you doing, Chris?" And I knew it was him because the other guy was up North Jersey and I knew it wasn't him. So, because they literally could pass, he could have been like his doppelganger, but it was different.
So that's what I'm saying. So think about it. So you agreed on, I mean, probably some other things, but that was one of the reasons you were like, yeah, I'm with it. He looked like
Yeah, he
Christopher
was
Williams.
attractive.
Right. So that goes to the, I tie that also into
Some type of feeling.
see, the intimacy thing, it's neither like, oh, it's this evil thing or good thing. It's what are you doing with it?
Mhm.
And like you said, some of the ways we were raised made us think, okay, intimacy can't be used in a sense the wrong way. But yeah, it can, because it's tied into feeling. And you listen,
Yeah.
you can go on your feeling. You were like, listen, I feel this type of way. That's why I said I tie commitment into what you said about intimacy. I think that's the difference. Back even to what Sister Pat said. With a man, I'm going to say, since I'm a male on here, if he's committed, all right, that's to me, that's equivalent to what you're thinking about as far as the mushy part of, oh, he loves me. No, he's committed, because that's a.
You can help me.
Nisha, put your phone on mute.
Hello.
Hey,
"Hi."
hey, we talking about having a physical relationship
Y'all not gonna lie, I can't hear y'all.
without intimacy. All right, I'm gonna type it in the chat. Put your phone on mute.
Tringy, you have the power to mute people as the host.
Yeah, I know, but she put it on there. That's why I have to do it. Hold on. Go ahead. You finish talking, Trey.
Oh yeah. So no, I was saying, so I think the commitment aspect is also important to your question, because that's the thing. Is there commitment there? Now, funny enough, like with Janika giving her story, they were committed to the aspect of, all right, ain't nothing beyond the physical. Now, the brother was like, nah, man, you know what? Man, I want more. Where Janika's like, no. So they don't come to that agreement. So then there's not going to be anything beyond that. Now they break apart. but you still, like I was saying earlier, there's still a link. I mean, there's people that like I was not, no, man, I'm not committed at all, but there's still a link because of the physicality. And it's funny, whether you like it or not, because you want to be like, man, it ain't whatever. So to what Nikki was saying, I remember I would see some people and I'm like, oh man, either it's just you got a real painful memory, or you fighting some things because of, I think, to what Erica said, we weren't made, or I don't believe we were made to sleep with 100 people.
Yeah.
So what happens when you do? There is some type of toll. So there's some type of toll. But one of the remedies or one of the cures is if you now find yourself in a relationship for real, that's one of the things you talk to your partner about. See, we wanna like get in this new relationship and then be brand new, and you fronting so much that when your other stuff starts to fall out the side, they like, yo, why you lied to me? You're like, I didn't lie, I just didn't. Well, that's why you gotta be up front with your stuff.
What you mean upfront with your stuff?
Okay.
Your past, I mean, to talk.
Right. So I use.
But y'all not partners if y'all just having a physical relationship.
Oh no, he's past that.
No,
I'm saying
he's talking about a future person that you're trying to be committed to. So are you talking about getting married to, or just dating? What you talking about?
Right. No, right. If you're going to get married, because that's another level. So now part of that deal, at least from my perspective, part of that deal is you inviting that person in to who you are, as far as what you've experienced, what you've gone through.
So you're going to tell your future wife, Trey, all the people you've been with?
Not every, no, I don't mean, no, I got that's like a list. No, I'm just saying.
Trey, you gonna bring out the whole black book?
No. Well, first of all, no, that's the stereotype I hear, because Erica was talking about the 2-year thing, right? She heard from the expert. Well, I always would hear on the other side, well, your woman's going to want to know, like, give me a list. Because if they ask you, well, how many people did you, can you give me a list?
Never ask a man that question. Never ask a man that question.
Anybody with any good common sense would not ask that question. You're supposed to be
never ask that question.
True. Listen, I'm in agreement. That's why, to what Nikki said, no, I'm not saying, I would say, we on a date. All right, listen, let me give you the skinny since I was 16 to now. All right, you ready? No, because you don't want to scare people. You don't even want to scare yourself.
Right.
Because I don't want to know, listen, I'm like this. I don't want to know everybody that you've been with, but I believe in transparency. Like let's say, for example, all right, you're not a virgin, right? So don't be coming like you know. So be like, okay, but so I think. Well, I'll ask this question.
Sure.
Now, well, no, some people in here are married, but I believe it is important to talk to, even before, like, say you're going to get married with somebody, and say you're going to wait until after you get married to have sex with them. I still think even before then, it's good to have conversations about sex with them. Or yay or no. Yay.
Because I got to know if are you once a week man or every day man. That's because Houston, we got a problem if you once a week man. I can tell you that right now. So I need to know now. So I can make a decision.
No, that's good. Listen, no, that's good. That's good stuff, man.
You should hold those conversations. You know why? Because expectations in your marriage.
That's true.
You need to establish expectations in your marriage in the beginning of the relationship. But that does not mean the expectations will not change later on.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like the expectations, you might look at it like, oh yeah, well, our expectations, maybe we could do it 3 or 4 times out of the week. But then when you have a whole slew of children,
That's different. That's different. I'm fitty. That's different.
My context is different too. So listen, yeah. So you're talking about those who are, I hear you, Latrice. I hear you. But
Chiggy's
I know,
correct. You
like I
are
said,
correct, Chiggy.
But I like what Janika said. If I'm not even going to be like, if a woman is asking me that now, maybe before I wouldn't look at that as a good thing, but now I would, because listen, communication is part of intimacy, real communication.
Yeah.
You know, that good, healthy intimacy, because you see couples striving and like the bulk of it, the engine of it is, oh, listen, we be talking. See, the world want to say it's all this, oh, you got to make sure you're super sensual. Guess what? You ain't got to worry about being super sensual. If your conversation is lit, guess what? You don't have to work at like that. It's just going to happen because I'm a part of you, you're part of me. Right.
It starts from here. This is what you work on. The rest of it will flow naturally.
Oh, you sound like, remember, y'all remember the rapper back in the day. The title was
one.
No, mine. No, not KRS-One. The guy was basically, I don't want, if he was saying having relationships in your mind, but
Slick
basically
Rick?
it was like,
Slick Rick?
No, it wasn't Slick. No, I can't remember. I gotta look it up.
Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You ain't kidding me. Yeah, we use Google for everything.
I need definitions.
We talk about the guy that went to jail. What's his name?
A lot of them went to jail.
You ain't kidding.
But to Trey's point, he's right. You do have to communicate and you have to have those conversations. Because now here, similar to Erica, what I've heard a lot from a lot of my male friends, before they got married, the flow of the physical side was like, to use the phrase, on and popping. Then after they say I do, it's like she become frigid Bridget. You know, all of a sudden there's no intimacy. She don't want to be physical. But before they got married, it was, great. And then it's like, now she, and I a lot of my male friends have that as a complaint. That it's like,
that has a lot to do with, now see, that's both. Now it's a possibility that life set in. Maybe after they got married, they had kids and they got regular, they didn't keep the spice going. And that's on both of them though. So he can't sit up there and say it's her fault that she not doing it. What is he doing what he's supposed to be doing on his end in order to keep her that way, and vice versa for her? Are they keeping each other interested? So they could be saying that, but are they doing their job?
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Understood.
You can't
And they didn't value the other aspects of that relationship. Because see, think about it, when there's times, when there's schedules, when there's more responsibilities, now there's the opportunity to really have value on y'all time. But before then, they could come and go, and like you said, it's on and popping because it's loosey-goosey. There's nothing to really value. But now you're married, so now it's like, okay, come home, you this and that, and y'all didn't gather, you didn't get the value or see the value where it was at. So now you're like, man, what's wrong? You should have been doing that homework. You see, y'all should have been doing homework, but y'all was cheating.
Yeah.
But then when the tests come, you really don't know what's going on. You're like, oh, wait a minute, ain't nobody gonna show me the answers again? No, you didn't study.
This looks like.
Yeah, you gotta study. But I found the rapper. Dead Prez, it was Dead Prez, and he had a song called it was called Mind Sex, but the concept was, you never heard of Dead Prez?
I never heard him.
He had a song called
It's Dead Presidents, right?
Well,
that's the movie.
Dead Prez. They was calling him Dead Prez.
They was calling him Dead Prez?
Yeah, and he had a song called Mind Sex. But the concept was he was getting to know the woman for her. Not, it wasn't. So that's what I thought about. Like, we don't really do that.
Yeah.
Like even like I'm learning this, even if I find somebody attractive, I now realize, okay, it can't stop there.
Exactly.
You have to like them, because it doesn't matter how attracted you are, that gas will run out.
Yes.
Yep.
Because
It
before
will, man.
you know what,
Yeah.
before you know it, you're gonna wake up and she got, her face is drooping down.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying,
And everything else is drooping.
at the end of the day, you can't just go after those physical looks, because physicality will die down. Like you're gonna start to
Right.
shrimp, you start to look
Right.
different,
Right.
you start to get bigger, and it's or smaller, like either way. But the reality is that, again, it goes back to that expectation. Like, what did you expect in the beginning? Because you can't just go off of that, because especially if you're trying to spend your whole life with a person.
Right.
So what also something could happen. You could have an accident where
Yes.
somebody could go blind, or they could lose
Yes.
an arm, or they could have their leg amputated.
Yep.
Or they could lose that feeling down there. Something could happen where that just goes.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Right. That's
You just
why.
gonna leave them because okay, that ain't working anymore. I can't be here.
Right. That's
So
why.
if let's say this: if your expectation in the beginning, so this is deep. So if your expectation of a person in the beginning was that it was just physical, it was just the physicality, and then y'all turn it into a relationship, and something happens, will you leave that person?
Well, listen.
Probably
Listening.
so if that was it.
But you decided you turned it into a relationship. So now you want to
Yeah,
be.
but the whole point is, at our age, are we really thinking like that now? Not in
No,
our
not
20s,
now.
we
No, not
probably
now.
did.
Yep, yes it is. Now we might not be, but you do have people who are our age who are still thinking like that.
Now we got
Oh yeah. Well,
80-year-olds
they because
80-year-olds
Right.
out here acting like that.
Yes, they
Well,
are.
that's
They
because-
yeah.
like I said, that's because
They sit in a wheelchair trip.
that's because they still value that. They still got like that high school value on that. Like, man, like, who gave me good revelation on that? Halle Berry.
Oh, what
Right.
she say?
No, not what she said. Like when we was in high school, everybody, Halle Berry's the baddest. So anybody who was in a relationship with her, I kept saying to myself, how do dudes keep breaking up with her? But I'm thinking solely on the fact that I thought she was bad. But the more I'm thinking about it, like, Trey, there's more to it. Because if she looks that good and you like, I'm out, listen, there's more to it. And you're going to drive yourself mad, like Latrice was saying. If you get married and the expectation is, I can't wait because every year you're going to be badder and badder. Yeah. You're done. You're going to be bad. Yeah. But then you don't even look at yourself, especially guys. We've been getting on the women. Yo, babe, you're putting on weight and your belly's sticking out.
Right, absolutely. You ain't looked down at yourself, bro. You want to take a look to the what you say, to the south or the whatever. I mean, because last time I saw it was
That's real. I mean, hey, man. Hey.
But see, Holly, like I said, and a lot of times, and I heard a celebrity say, I can't remember who it was, but she said that men don't realize that I'm a human being. I have flaws. I have habits that you are not gonna like. I go to the bathroom like everybody else do. I leave maybe dirty clothes here, dirty dishes there. I'm a regular person. They're expecting these celebrities to be perfect. And so from what they see on television, they see a perfect person on TV. But when they get behind the scenes and they realize that this girl, her hair nappy when she wake up, she ain't comb her hair. She washed her hair in about a couple of weeks or so. And they just like, I expected, why did you expect more? She was a human being. What would you look for?
Well, Erica, it goes back to that example about the I think Janika brought up about the couple that before they got married, they were just having sex all the time, but then afterwards. So the same thing with Halle Berry. Like for instance, for example, me, all I got to do is see her in a movie or hear about her. There's no, my perception is limited. So therefore, I'm building my thought just on that. Like you said, I'm not in the context of her actual life. So that would kind of like not make sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
man, I ain't think about all that because that's Holly Berry. But no, the reality is, like she said, bro, I breathe like anybody else. When I wake up, I probably snore. You know, all this stuff that we don't take into consideration.
Those things in consideration.
Right.
Yep.
But with intimacy, if we're going to do it right, those are all the things that come aboard. Now, when people hear that those things come aboard, that's why they say, hey, you want to just be friends with benefits? Because they're like, nah, all that other stuff, man, I ain't trying to deal with all that. I want to get up and leave. See, that's the key. If you can get up and leave, then you don't have no responsibility. Really. You just, you know, y'all did the thing. And I think Latrice said something earlier about developing the physicality. You ain't got to develop the physicality. It's there. It's
Right.
If you human, if you ain't nothing in that department, ain't nothing to develop.
No, it's not.
You can see somebody that you find attractive. They find you attractive.
And they
That
find
ain't
that,
listen,
yeah.
that ain't nothing. Nobody gonna fail that.
Now, at the same time, you could act now you could have two people who are not even attracted to each other. All they have to do is build a emotional connection, which will lead into it.
There you go. That's a good one.
So
There
you ain't
go.
even gotta, because I've heard men say they slept with women that they didn't even like. They weren't even attracted to, but they still did it.
But, well, Erica, to what you, wait. Oh, that's good. Because you said earlier up top, as humans, there's certain things we need. Validation, attention. So a guy, a lot of times, he's going to do it. And then you'll be like, wait a minute, you didn't think she was attractive? No, but she met some type of need.
Right,
She paid attention to me.
right.
Everybody else
So-
ignored me.
Yep.
So we gotta, like you said, we gotta stop thinking just black and white, like, yo, attractive, not attractive.
Yeah.
Yo, she big, why did he sleep? Listen, it go deeper than that. Like you said, it
does.
goes here. It goes right in your brain.
Yep.
So in the psyche, if you're like, nobody wants me, then you might be the type to be like, you know what, I'll settle. Because
Yeah,
some
right.
women think like that. Some guys think like that. So they don't even really, the person they're with, they like the fact that they like them and they're committed to them, but they're really just like, well, I kind of settle because I don't really think anybody really looking at me like that. That's problematic.
Yeah,
Problematic. You know, I want you to like me because of me, not because, well, I tried Tyrone and he said no. Well, I'll call Trey. Like, no, don't call me. Don't call me.
Getting into a relationship thinking that hold on. You said no. You said no, Alicia?
Yes, no, you cannot.
No, what?
No, you cannot
What?
have a physical relationship without intimacy.
Oh, she's saying no, you can't have a physical relationship without intimacy.
oh,
Okay. Tell us why.
Oh,
Why you feel that way?
Hello? Oh, sorry, I'm getting my hair done, so I'm be in and out. I feel as though you cannot have it. Intimacy comes in all aspects. It's not just sexual. You have to have a communication. It has to be one. When you're giving your soul to each and everybody, that's not intimacy. That is just you being the W-O word, you know. You cannot have relationship with different people and think that's intimacy. You can't cuddle with somebody and think that that's this intimacy when you cuddling with that person and then you sleeping with somebody else.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
And that's why we said define intimacy.
Yeah,
the intimacy
Right.
is
that's getting to know the
getting
person.
to
Can
know
somebody just Google the word? What does it say on the computer, Erica?
Yeah, well,
Wait, all right, I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna look it up now.
yes, let's look it up.
I got you. I got you right here. It
Oh, you got
says,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
close familiarity or friendship, closeness,
Mhm.
Oh,
a private, cozy atmosphere, an intimate act, especially sexual intercourse. So we get into semantics. So there are levels of intimacy. Now,
Yeah,
to what
there
the
are.
sister was just saying, valuable intimacy is not if you're with everyone, but if you're sleeping with everyone, there is a certain level. There's a certain, I'm gonna say you're accomplishing the bare minimum of an intimate act, because sex is an intimate act.
Mhm.
But that doesn't, like you said, that doesn't mean you're getting the full value out of it when you do it in the wrong context. That's the thing we miss. It's a good thing because ain't nobody out here saying sex is bad, but it's better when it's in the right context.
Mhm.
You know, and you see the real value. And I've heard mad couples say this: when you realize that it is not 90% of your relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
It's it's not. It get old real fast.
Now I will say this.
It get old real fast. You gotta bring some spice into it then.
Thank
I mean, you have to, but when I say get old, I don't mean it stops. But what
Right.
happens is it starts to die down a bit and kind of level off.
Yeah.
Because life starts to hit and you got a lot of stuff going on. If you have children, you got that. If you got jobs and whatever else, you got family who's sick, you sick, everybody, you got a lot going on with that. You know, a lot of people who are in and out your life, and you got to take care of parents and all this other here stuff. So life hits. So you're not always going to be able to, you know what I mean? A lot of nights you're gonna be tired, you're not gonna feel like it, you're gonna have a headache, you're gonna be sick, you gotta take care of this child, that child, your mama, your daddy, that stuff, you know what I mean? It's a lot.
The
It's a lot that you gotta
expectations, because
I understand.
expectations change.
Yes, but it shouldn't die down. If you having sex once a
Yep.
month, something is not right there.
No.
I'm with Alicia.
No,
Yes,
it's life. No, it's life. It's not that. It's
Okay.
not that it'll stop, but it's life. If you get sick
Yeah.
and you got a fever of 103 or
Well,
something
that's
like that,
different.
you gonna feel like doing that?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not saying sick and you got kids and all that, but I'm saying if you having sexual intercourse one time a month, something is wrong with that picture.
One time a month.
It does not matter if you got kids.
I agree.
I
Oh
got
yeah, I think everybody. Yeah. That's a
I
bigger.
agree with that. I mean, I'm just talking about life. Everything is not gonna be like on schedule. It's just not gonna
Right.
be on schedule.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it should be scheduled, but if you having sex once a month,
Once a month, that's the problem.
He said once a month. But that's a relationship. Outside of that relationship, we're saying that somebody who has a physical relationship, and we're saying that are they able to not develop some form of intimacy being in that physical relationship? So yeah, I get it. Like if you coming into the picture and you're saying that this is what I want, just like Nikki was saying in the beginning, all right, this is what I want. My expectations is nothing other than that. All I want is to do.
Well, man, hopefully you can get it done. If you always like that, leaving them in the dark, to what my sister said, yes, that's why it's gonna be once a month, because something's wrong.
It ain't gonna last long.
It ain't gonna last
have a
long.
relationship. Y'all ain't gonna be together. You keep doing that.
She's gonna have a flat tire. Wait, she gonna have a flat tire, call you, and you be like, yo, you can't call nobody else? I'm busy right now.
That ain't gonna last too long.
So I agree with Cubby. Yeah, I agree with Cubby with that. Like that would be a sign of a bigger problem, because okay, it done came down to one, because y'all abandoning each other in some sense.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's a lack of intimacy.
So if it's a lack of intimacy, it could be something lacking in the relationship, why that intimacy, that physical intimacy is not there. So it could be issues of lack of communication. It could be lack of
lack of respect. It could be a whole
lack of communication, lack of respect. It could be a lack of a lot of different things of
consideration, lack of compassion, lack of trustworthiness. It's the whole list of stuff.
Well, I know with men, a lot of times we like to, like, especially we don't like to talk about something that might make us feel vulnerable before our woman. But that's to what y'all said. That's actually one of the things you then need to open up and talk about, because if you bottle in it and you're holding it in, now you're affecting both of y'all. And then she's like,
Yes.
why he acting like that? Well, because he need to get something off his chest. And then so instead of doing that, he act like everything's all right. Because she'll say, yo, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Why you keep asking me that? Because something's wrong.
Mhm.
That's why. So you should be
And
thankful
they-
somebody
Then
asked you.
act like we don't know this stuff. We can
That's
sense
that,
it
right.
without-
That's the thing.
we can sense
That's
it
called
without
being,
even
that's
looking at
called
it. We
being
gotta look at you.
selfish, but that's called being selfish. They're selfish.
I think we
Oh,
all.
yeah. No, I agree, Sister Pat.
We don't even have to look at you. We could walk in the room and our back, you can walk in the room and our back could be turned and we can feel it.
Yes. And know that you have an issue.
But how y'all gonna say no and we know you lying? Stop lying.
Yes,
Don't be silly.
I'm good. I'm good.
Stop lying.
And guess what? Those expectations, if those expectations changes, that can affect why you do and don't have sex as well.
Yep.
But so those expectations are very important, because when you establish those expectations in the beginning and knowing that there's a possibility that they could change going forward, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, how are we going to compromise on this, this expectation, so that we can still be fulfilled and we can still be still basically honoring one another and still being able to respect and come together with one another. So
Well, listen, like Nikki said, full transparency. I'm glad God made sex. I like sex. So I'm committed to whatever it takes to be committed, especially at this age now. I'm already learning, like, no, listen, ain't no need. I'm not holding back. Yeah, what's wrong, Trey? What's wrong? Okay, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? I ain't gonna sit here. Listen, I got no time to be stunting and fronting and all that. Like, no, I talk about it.
It's a waste of
what's going
time.
on.
It's a waste of time.
It's a
It
waste of,
really-
because I've been down that road. And like Erica said, listen, they already done pierced through your forehead, done saw what it is, and you still sitting there. Like, I remember one time I'm sitting in Red Lobster. Trey was like, nothing. And I'm like, shit, it's written on your face, man. It's written on you would send a text message. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, you mad? I'm good. I'm spilling the word spilling out. I don't even realize it. I'm like, oh man, okay. So no, it's not worth it, man. Listen.
It's not. It really is not. It really is not. It don't make no sense whatsoever. You got somebody who cares enough to ask you what's wrong, and you gonna sit up there. Oh,
Listen, that stuff is now gold to me, man.
sit up there and lie.
yeah, be
Right.
lying. And then we know you're
You know
lying.
why? You know why? Because a lot of men at times are not. Well, I think it's just a person's character. If you're a person that doesn't like to really open up a whole lot, then that could be a problem. So if you're not good at communicating, because people struggle with communicating. Some people do. They don't know how to talk. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how to talk about certain things because they don't feel comfortable with talking about it. They're not transparent. Everybody, you should be transparent in a relationship and in a marriage. You should be very transparent, but everybody's not transparent.
Well, I'm gonna say this about men, right?
Oh.
Okay.
He
Because
probably
I
gonna
know
say
we say,
what I.
okay, yeah, I was gonna say this. Now, I know we say some people are not talkative or they don't open up. No, the reality is, with the stuff that they like, you see them open up. So the key is, okay, get them to open up that way. See, sometimes maybe you're trying to get them to open up a certain way instead of just opening up, because that's what you want conceptually. I just need you to open up. Because the person who's the most secluded, there's still something that will have them in their feelings, that will have them opening up, that will have them talking. The thing is, you got to find that thing. So I no longer believe in, well, they're not that type of person. Well, okay, when the game on, all of a sudden they that type of person. So that lets you know they did listen. So the game can open them up, but their wife can't. That's something wrong.
Mhm.
Or that's
I
where
mean,
that,
it's
or that's
your
what you gotta
job
work
to-
on.
You gotta tap into one another. You gotta sit there and
That's true.
study one another. You gotta study them like you don't.
Study, there you go. I like
Like
that
what you
word.
said, an assignment. Janika knew her assignment. You
Yeah.
gotta know your assignment.
Janika studied well.
Janika knew her assignment. You know what I mean?
Janika studied
Evidently,
well. The boy
he didn't
failed.
get it. He didn't get it. Janika knew hers. He just threw his out the
The
window.
boy got an F. Janika got A+.
Yeah, he got an F. Right.
Did you read the book? Did you read the books? He
Y'all
like, no.
stupid.
He didn't read the book. He didn't read it.
He didn't read the books. He lied.
Oh, y'all stupid.
I read
That's-
chapter
that's-
2.
So you gotta, like you said, you gotta tap in. It might not, and also a lot of times men have been told that they've been called punks. You cry, you a punk. Suck it up. You not boys don't be crying like that. You can't walk around because somebody gonna think you weak.
Mm.
They've been, especially African American men, have been taught that all their lives.
Mm.
When they get older, it's hard for you to kind of break through that, to let them know that you're a soft space where they can sit and they can actually, and you will listen to what they have to say. It's rough. A lot of men go through that. They want to open up, and then you can see them clench up again, because I'm afraid that if I say this, she gonna think I'm a punk. She gonna
Yeah.
think I'm stupid.
Well, I like what you just said about. I like
Go
what
ahead.
you just said about making, like, in a sense, if the guy's having a struggle, the woman making a soft landing for him. Because
Right.
sometimes if he's struggling, they're not making a soft landing. So you're like, oh, I ain't jumping. Listen, I'm gonna get hurt if I fall down. I'm gonna break. But if it's like, wait a minute, she keeps now, like you said, it takes both of them. Because if she's going out of her way, like, listen, I got this super fluffy pillow, jump. You gotta have to jump, bro. You're gonna have to jump. Cause now it's there. You got no excuse talking about, well, my wife, man, she's nagging. Bro, nah, she done, look, it's nice and soft. Nice soft landing spot. Jump.
You
Stop worrying about what the boy's saying.
Listen, you feeling froggy leap.
He afraid he might miss the lily pad.
He like
I'm just saying.
froggy leap.
I'm just saying. He don't want to miss
No,
the
no.
lily pad.
Babe, what if I missed the lily pad?
Miss the lily pad. Okay, you might have. And maybe he feel like
Oh,
he had.
man.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, but I think, like you said, it takes two, because I have been in relationships where, like, she made me feel confident that way, to where I was like, oh man, all right, you know what? I am gonna open up, man. I'm going to, and like, she made a way for that. She made it possible, because that is we like to say, like, oh man, that's not a hard thing. But when you get into it and you're actually in a relationship and now you're talking about things, man, I'll be like, whoa, this is a tough area, man. but you got to, man, like I said, if you see the beauty on the other side, because I've now seen the beauty on the other side. If you see the beauty on the other side of it, now you're like, it's worth it. You gotta find out it's worth it. Even like I said, at my age, our old age now, I'm not married yet, but I'm now starting to see the value of it. So I'm like, yo, I'll do what I need to do to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
I now really see, man, that there's the real value in it. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta truck forward.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly. So you definitely have to prepare for it, but at the same time, it's like I said, certain things you just can't prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that having that transparency in a relationship and having that, intimacy, if you're looking for that in the relationship, because not everybody is looking for that. Some people are just looking for a quick thrill, but I think that quick thrill needs to be very quick, and it needs to not continue, because
Not for real.
because it won't be, it's not a thrill anymore. It's now considered we're starting to catch feelings. So, again, like, I just think that, that type of intimacy or that type of relationship can develop into something very quickly if you continue it. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's real hard, because people get so connected with one another. Erica said it in the beginning, you know, and Trey, like, you already in some way, shape, or form have some form of emotion connected even to have sex. So you were attracted to that person. You felt something. Your body felt something. Your emotion felt something. So for us to even think in some way, shape, or form that we can probably continue that type of relationship, even with that expectation in the beginning, is very hard. It's very hard to try, you know, it's very hard. So nah, I agree with what y'all saying.
I mean, I remember taking this in my philosophy class. There was I think the guy Rene Descartes.
All that talking and it's just crickets.
What happened?
Is what?
It was cricket. All that talking and everybody just shut up at one time. It was quiet.
Everybody was meditating. But I was going to say the mystery of the mind, because some people have written or there's studies about, is the mind and the body two separate things? And it's interesting how on some levels we're talking about that tonight, like what we need to do in our mind, but then sometimes what we just let our body do. But they have to work in unison. They can't be like that. That's one union that should never separate. Like you gotta work in concert to get the best you. Because if you just always doing stuff and not really thinking through, but my feelings, and you just going on your feelings, but you leaving the sensibility and the perspective on the shelf, then like you said, then we get caught up in these relationships, we get caught up in these ties, we get caught up in these, because see, some people, like you said, think about some people's personalities. Some people are like, in an instance, people, right? And they're like friendly with everybody. So they're in a relationship, but they're afraid to break up because I don't really want to break that, but you really don't want to be there. So you gotta understand who you are before you even get into stuff like that. Then you got people who aren't, and then they're just vicious and be like, well, wait a minute, you've been sleeping with me for 4 years. So now I'm the bad guy. We both been doing it. But now because you just want to, rip things apart. So those are all those things you have to keep in consideration. What type of person you are. Even it's funny. Some people you have to stay away from, not because, like you said, not because of the physicality, but because emotionally, man, we get too, and I can't go down that path. I can actually see myself going down that path with that person. So it's not healthy for us to connect on that level, where you might have someone else that's the opposite sex that you can, because it's not going to lead down there. Because like I said, everything ain't black and white. Like everybody, if you're a man, it's not good to have friends with a. No, it depends. Yeah. Depends what we're talking about. Now, you can't be a married dude and then your best friend be your ex that you was sleeping with for years, and she still like you, and you're like, but babe, it ain't nothing. No. There's too many connections that even if you're disconnected, that can connect in an instant because of previous connections. Mm-hmm. So those are things you have to take into consideration. I always look at this, you ain't that strong. Yeah. I'm Christian or not. I think about what's his name, Tyrese and Baby Boy. He was good until he stepped in the house. If he stayed outside of the house, he would have been good. But he went in the house and then he touched her and it was over. You ain't that strong. Don't drive up to the crib. You should have been home. So we got to look at those.
You should have left the door closed.
Exactly. Listen, you should have shut that down.
You know when you opened that door, what it was going to be.
Exactly. Well, he knew when he got in the car and he drove, but he still had opportunity to shut that mission down, but he didn't. And, he playing games. But I'm just saying that to say all of us, you know who you are, so you know what streets you can go down, because we're talking about it. Once again, the intimacy thing. You know who you can be intimate with, and I'm not just, obviously we're not just talking about sex. You know who you can be intimate with and who you cannot.
Yeah.
See, I even say this. I'm gonna say this because people might even get offended a little bit. Even in the church world, there's some people you cannot be intimate with because of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like we come to church and get silly. Now, at the job or anywhere else, you're guarding yourself in that sense. But, oh no, listen, that's just a Christian brother and sister. Now you tumbling in the weeds, you laying with them. How'd that happen? Because you weren't thinking things through. You're using the God card with everything. All right, I'm just gonna go over here 10:30 at night, ain't nothing.
10:30
Come on.
at night. Go pray
Come
for
on.
the sister.
Bro, I'm gonna pray. Right, listen, I'm just gonna lay
Lay
hands.
hands on it. She needs
Lay,
to
right, I'm gonna lay hands. She said she needed a couch move. Okay, you couldn't wait.
And you couldn't
Or
ask the
like I
brother to
said-
go with you?
Yeah, you needed one of the brothers go with you.
Exactly.
Okay? Why
You
you
know,
ask for the
you know
brother?
it.
Listen, there's a lot of wisdom, but if you ignore it, what the
Right.
scripture says, wisdom calling out in the streets and they ignoring her. So that's
Yeah.
what we do. Wisdom be telling you, hey, Trey, bring what's the name with you. No, I'm all right. I'm gonna be in and out. But you already know you kind of attracted to her. So
Right.
no,
Yeah,
don't go.
absolutely.
Don't go.
Absolutely. You supposed to
That's
have
why you ain't bringing
chaperone.
nobody
You need
with
a chaperone.
Wait, what did you say?
What happened?
So that's why he ain't bringing nobody with
That's
him.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, we don't know how to be honest with that feeling. So you be driving like, Trey, why didn't you? No, because I thought I could do it myself. No, you were hoping for a chance. See, listen, I feel like this. You don't get healing, you don't get blessings, you don't get deliverance. You gotta be honest with yourself first.
Yeah.
If you sit there lying,
Right.
No.
Ain't nothing God can do for you. You gonna sit there and keep lying because he knows
Ex-
what's in your heart. He already
Exactly.
know what you was gonna do and why you was gonna do it. And then you gonna sit up there and
Trey,
act
you like her, don't you?
oh, I can't
no,
believe
don't
I
like her.
did that. Yeah, right.
Right, like you
I can't
4
believe
years
I made
old.
this mistake.
Oops.
Yeah,
Oops,
my
I didn't know,
bad.
Mom.
Yeah.
My bad. No, ain't no my bad. You got license,
You
you
know
got a
better than
car, you drove over there, you got intentions, a whole nine.
Absolutely. You gotta do that. Why you couldn't call somebody else? You couldn't tell her to call a moving person or something.
Right?
Well, that did come up, but you
had to go over there.
yeah,
She ain't got no
Yeah.
family.
yeah.
Help her with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, see, that's what I'm saying. That intimacy thing, man, it's like trust. It's like a valuable thing. That's why if you break trust, you break somebody's trust, it's so hard to get it back.
It is.
And you don't realize how valuable it is until you break it with somebody. And now you scrambling, trying to get it back, buy flowers, do this stuff. Like, no, fool, you broke. Do you know how trust ain't 50 cents?
Right?
Yep.
Listen, trust ain't even a vacation to Jamaica.
Nope.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm like, yo, man. Oh, that's one thing. I'm like, I never want to. I mean, like I said, I'm not married, but I'm like, I never want to break my wife's trust. Where she can't. I leave the house and she like, No, I don't ever want to have that feeling.
She done hired a detective to follow.
Wait,
Wait a minute. She done air tagged your car.
Right,
was the-
right.
what was that boy?
Y'all gotta hire.
What was that boy on that show that he would chase people down because they hire him?
Cheaters.
Yeah. Oh,
That's cheaters.
I don't want that dude running up on me like, excuse me, are you Trey? Like, man,
Camera
what?
and all up in the camera.
Right. Hey, man, leave me alone, man. I'm at McDonald's. It's my cousin. Like,
So we
no.
noticed, we've noticed that you've been coming out of McDonald's a lot.
Yo, he got a full sheet. Yo,
He
on
sure do.
Mondays, yeah, on Tuesdays, you go
Got
to
the
the
whole
gym. Like,
schedule. He was in there for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
wait, he do have a notebook when the wife pull up, like,
Yeah.
listen, we've been here for 4 days. He got his cheesesteak, a bagel,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, dang, I don't ever want to be in that scenario. That's a hurt, as we say, that's a hurt mug.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and they
Mm-mm.
be so embarrassed to be like, yo, like, why would you even put yourself in that position?
I mean, listen. Well, listen. You realize it ain't worth it. You thought it was worth it. Then you like, dang,
Dang.
it wasn't worth it.
But babe, listen, wait. They be standing out there, but babe, it's not what you think it is. What?
And you like, now wait a minute,
Oh.
am I crazy? Should we roll back the tape?
Right. What you say?
Roll it
Oh,
back.
it's not what I think.
What
Oh,
was
so you think I'm thinking something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you
Oh, my
think.
goodness.
what you think?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the worst feel, man.
But also you had that TV show called Snatched.
Yes.
You go round the head with them women are at the edge, and you go do one more thing. They put you in the grave.
You
Oh,
remember?
wow.
Remember that woman?
Yeah.
What's her name? Lorena Bobbitt.
Oh.
She cut off her husband.
Well, wait a minute.
Who's
R.
that
Kelly.
Loretta Bobby?
Her name was
Loretta Bobby.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah. Well, no, listen.
True story. My brother, when he was younger, he was one of them little playboys and stuff. He got a girl stabbed him. He
Mm.
had to be rushed to the hospital because he had to go putting his little Johnny happiness and everybody. He running all over the place, and so a girl stabbed him. We got a phone call. We had to run to the hospital.
See, no, man, no. I
That's
don't
why I
need
said
any
you
blade.
can't mess with women, like you can't do that.
No.
You can't do that because some of them are on
Listen.
the edge.
R. Kelly sing that song when a woman's fed up. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
When a woman's fed up.
Okay.
You used to be crazy.
I plead the fifth.
Right? Yes.
Oh,
Better.
wait.
At least you better.
Time out, yo. Wait, Latrice, you gotta get it off record, yo. You got it on record. Somebody confessing something on here, yo.
Okay.
Turn the record off.
Turn it down.
She talking. She playing, y'all. She playing, y'all.
Don't say nothing, Janika. Don't say that. Talk to an attorney first. Don't do it. Call your attorney.
Call your attorney. Oh man.
Oh, crazy.
No, I can't.
Something's wrong.
I can't even. I can't even.
Yeah.
She said, I plead the fifth. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
She remind me of that Chucky picture when the Chucky doll was sitting on the beach talking about I used to be crazy, but
I saw it.
You're crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
I found the Lord.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Man.
Oh man.
She done took it all the way there. She said, I plead the
I
fifth.
plead the fifth. We in the court system now, y'all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I'ma just keep quiet.
I'm exercising the Fifth Amendment. Is that what it is?
I'm exercising.
I'm
I'm
exercising.
exercising the. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I ain't never stabbed nobody.
Y'all
I mean, not
That was just a little cut.
What you say?
listen, not directly. Not directly. It was indirect.
Yes, it was.
I
It was a
slipped
little
in.
slip. It was a by mistake.
Right.
I was making a sandwich.
They tripped.
I
on-
slipped and he got in my range.
Right.
No, they.
My range of possibility.
Yeah.
They trip on knives.
Oi.
Trip.
Oi.
They tripped on the knife.
Uh-huh.
That's how it happened.
Oi, oi.
I told him to watch it. The knife happened to be, I was making a sandwich.
You know.
He tripped and fell this way. I mean, I had.
And listen, this time I didn't want to use a butter knife. I
Right.
wanted to use a real knife.
Right.
Something that can cut. You
Yeah.
know?
No, actually, right. I was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with a chef blade. Okay. and boom, he ran and he slipped. He came out the shower. The floor was wet. He slipped, and
Now prove I'm wrong because you wasn't there. Prove it.
No, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta go in like, what's that movie where the girl, her husband, she put all this baby oil
Oh,
on.
that's
Oh,
this Christmas.
Yes.
oh.
She
Now
tore
that's-
his behind
that's
up
what
with
you
that wise saw.
Well, you ain't really, that one, you ain't really killing nobody.
And he couldn't even get up. She tore him up. Ow.
You're not killing nobody. You
Regina
just,
King was
you
tearing
just
him
give
up.
them a good whipping.
She
So
tore
she
our
beat him like she was his
up.
kid.
That's right. She beat him with a
Just
belt.
give them a good whipping.
Oh, that's right. It was a belt. That's right.
Right.
And
Like he
every time
was a little
got up,
kid. I was
right
like,
there, I was rolling. She tore him up. You hear me?
Throw him up. She said, "Oh, you."
well, listen, my dad used to say this. He said, like, especially like guys who were like abusive, he said they gotta be some brave dudes to get in that bed at night and sleep well. They be like
Yes,
turning over
yes.
like ain't nothing happened. I'm
Yes.
like, yo, you could really catch it.
Yes. The woman is cooking your food. She could poison your butt. You be gone. But you know what?
You a brave dude.
It's arrogant.
Good night, everybody.
That's right. Wait, she said the pillow over the face. It's arrogance though. What happens is when I think when people cheat like that and a person keeps taking them back, they figure that this person ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
true.
they become arrogant. They become really arrogant and it doesn't bother them. But you know, you ever heard of the burning bed? But Farrah Fawcett,
Yeah, I remember
that
that.
movie, girlfriend waited, she
Yes,
waited till he
I
was
remember that.
drunk and she burned the whole house down.
That's right.
Hey.
Whoa.
And I don't think she went to jail for it.
No, she
No.
didn't.
She got off on that one, burned his butt up.
Mhm.
And his mama and them knew he was like that. They knew he was crazy and that he had a problem, but she couldn't get him to help. They never even helped her. And I said, you know what? I said, you can't play with people. You cannot play with people. If
Right.
you don't want somebody, please leave them alone.
Right.
Alicia, stop taking your thing off mute.
What happened?
No, Alicia, she keeps taking her phone off of mute.
No, that's true. Like I said, I mean, it goes back to that. See, that's why that intimacy, when you use it wrong, like a drug, right? An illegal drug, man, there's maximum carnage, man. Like you hurt yourself, you hurt them, because like you said, you get tied up. Man, and it's just this thing, man. Even like I said, but the most powerful thing is, man, I would argue just the emotional entanglement.
Yeah.
Because one thing you can listen, you can see somebody cheat on somebody, physically, but you can't be in their head. So all this is going on in your man. That's why, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a strong drug, man.
Mhm.
They talk about oxycodone, but intimacy or the like you said, the need for validation. That's the thing too. See, that's the thing. We all need to be validated.
I wrote that today. Validation is an addiction too.
Yeah, it
You don't
is.
realize that.
Yep.
But needing to be validated all the time can also become an addiction. Because
Well, okay.
some sense of you need it's like a security blanket.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you need some sense of I need to be validated here because I was lacking something. People like even children who get rejected somewhere, when they grow up, they need a certain type of validation. You understand what I'm saying? Because they were neglected in some way, shape, or form in one area, and now that they need to overcompensate.
Well, to that argument, let me ask you this: do you need to be loved every day?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you gotta
Wait,
love.
wait.
Yes, you gotta be loved.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you have to know it, because people can say they love you and don't love you at all. Your words.
But that's not what I asked. But my question was, do you need to be loved every day?
Yes, you should be loved.
So why don't you need to be validated every day?
That's not. I don't think that's necessarily being validated. I just think that when someone says that they love you, they show you that they love you. Because everybody who says they love you don't mean they love you. They may say.
Right, I mean, that's irregardless.
Yeah.
I'm asking
I know
you
what I
from
know
a
what she
human.
means though. I know what she means. I know what she means when she says it can be addictive. Being
Well,
validated.
I mean, yeah, in the context
But you're
of, hey
constantly
guys, validate me.
you got to have somebody
That's what I'm saying. Some
telling you
form
that
of
you're-
attention.
that you're good enough, that you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. It can be addictive.
Right. Well, see, okay.
Because people
I'm
are
not
very
talking-
fake and they can tell you all that stuff and then you can end up jumping off a cliff because once they give you all that attention, they decide they want to snatch it back because they only did it to kind of manipulate you. You're in a very, very bad predicament.
You're in a bad
If
place.
you don't learn how to love who you are, and not
Yes.
rely on,
Well,
and I think that's
can
what
you-
you was talking about,
well-
like relying on validation from like external validation from other people.
Can you validate yourself?
God validates me. I don't
Well,
validate.
okay,
myself.
well then that's the same path. Then I'm saying every day you need to be you can be validated.
But he
I'm
does
not-
that. He validates you. And if you
But
don't,
I'm not seeking it though.
if you
If
don't
seek it, it's different.
yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you're not seeking it, because people can't validate you. You understand
Well,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think. Well, see, I think that's a faulty premise anyway. I don't think anybody should seek validation anyway.
Well, that's
Because you're going around telling people, no, that's a fault. I'm not so when I'm saying validation, I'm not saying I'm going around and I need you to validate me.
Yeah.
Right. That's different than you being validated.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about, but see, to me, that's weirdo stuff. If I go around and I need you to, you're trying to get attention.
No,
I need
that's
you to
not
see what I'm
weird,
doing.
but some people are so broken that they feel as though
That's
they
what they
need.
need. That's what they need.
Yeah. So it's not weird. It's just they're in a broken place.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you just destroyed your own argument. Now you're saying that's what they need. Now, when I said earlier about,
I'm saying that.
Why y'all gotta be like that? Go
Are
ahead.
you listening? I'm saying that it can be
I'm listening.
it can be an addiction.
She said,
because
"Are you
that
listening?"
is something that they would
Y'all
need.
funny.
They would need people to validate them because they don't know what love looks like. So they're out here looking for it in a way that they need others to do it for them. They need others to validate them. Instead of getting to know their true self, like, who am I? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do I love me for who I am? They need other people to validate who they are. They need people to basically show, okay, this is who you are. No, that's not who I am, because somebody can go out and tell you that you're this and you believe that. Do you understand what I'm saying? When that's not who you are. Because you need people to validate you instead of you being able to validate who you are, because who God said you were. Does that make sense or no?
Mhm.
I'm just saying they need it because that's their addiction. They are obsessed with that. Some people are.
Mhm.
And you can't take that away. It's just a mere fact that some people need that because they don't know who they are. Some people just don't know who they are in Christ. And at one point in time in my life, I probably didn't know who I was, or I wouldn't be where I am right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So at the
No, I get that. I mean, even with that, I mean, I'm a believer in that. I'm still continuing to grow in that process of knowing who I am. But there is an aspect of now this is where I agree. People you shouldn't, well, I'll say it like this. There is an aspect where people should validate others, but it shouldn't be predicated on I'm running around like strong arming you for it.
Yeah.
It should be, okay, out of nature, listen, I should be willing to see what others are doing and lift them up also. And if it's reciprocated, they're doing the same thing. So it's not where we're going around, asking. It should be, hey man, it should just be a natural thing. You care for others. So you in the process of your caring, you're encouraging them, you're validating them. So in a healthy sense, but I get what you're saying. People are so broken that, and all of us, there are parts of our lives that's broken. That's why, for instance, we've been talking about sex. I don't think anybody on here is a virgin. So on a certain level, your virginity was broken because you were seeking some form of validation.
Validation, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just one evidence, because you could be a virgin on here and that could still be the case. And you just saw it in another area, or it manifests in a different way. You know, somebody got to tell you how pretty you are, and or whatever, you know, whatever it is. So yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, there's unhealthy levels, and you know, you gotta be aware of them. Got to do some self-inspection. And sometimes people help you with your self-inspection. They say, yo, you know what? And they tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
The question is how you take it. You know.
Well,
That's how God. That's how God validates us. He does it through people.
That's a good point. We don't look at that. That's a good
He
point.
does it through people, but the thing about it is you'll know when it's right, what you're hearing, you'll know. You know what I mean? You'll figure that out. But yeah,
The question is, do you? Yeah.
Huh?
I was going to say, no, you're right. The question is, do we? Because sometimes, like I said, full transparency. I've had that situation, but then I wasn't fully accepting of what the person was saying, because I'm like, why are you saying that to me? When in fact, I'm like, nah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That do you really? I really should be growing from there, but maybe I might have a riff with you at that moment, so I'm not taking it for what it's really worth. But actually, no, that's gold. And we do that to each other, because I was, say something that's going to be helpful, but because it came from that person, and you listen, like you said, it's almost like confirmed. Okay, man, God's been dealing with me with that, but why they got to be the one to come to me and say it? Well, what's that matter if overall, God got you to you, you know what I mean, in that sense. So that's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think this was a good conversation tonight.
It was.
Did we get to the bottom of it, or is it?
No.
No, we still skating on the surface.
Yes, this is still bottomless. Like every topic we talk about is bottomless. All right, so look, it's been almost 2 hours, but at the same time, we be on here for like 3 to 5 hours, but we're not staying on here.
Your voice sounds better than even last night.
Yes, see, I said, Lord, you got to bring my voice back.
Got better after you was singing, if you noticed that.
You got to touch my voice.
After you sung that song, then he said, okay, now you're doing what I told you to do. So now you can feel better, because see.
Release the voice.
Right.
Now I need you to, now I'm going to give you your voice, all right?
Okay.
Anointing, go forth, anointing.
That's right. He's so animated. Trey's so animated.
All the way. I can't take him. I can't. All right. So yeah. All right. Well, look, we going to ravine back in 2 more weeks, and we're going to get to the bottom of a new topic.
Wait, we're going to do what?
No, we can't. You know why?
Why?
Because it's got to be 3 weeks, because the first Thursday is in July 1st.
oh,
July. No, not July 1st. July. Where is it?
Oh, okay. So it's not the so we're not coming back together the 30th.
You got some fireworks you trying to get off? Okay.
Yeah.
July 4th.
So we coming. Okay, so yeah, we coming back together July the 7th. That's what she's saying. It'll be 3 weeks.
I thought she has 4th of July plans or something. Won't scare all them people in her development, lighting them up like, yes.
So July the 7th is when we're coming back together, and we're gonna plan something as far as like getting together, because yes, we just couldn't do it. I was just so.
And can you please stay well this time?
First of all, okay,
Yeah, we missed going to Janika's house, man.
I get this text that we gonna have to cancel. Sorry. Wait, and she didn't even give us an explanation. We had to ask her what was wrong. She gonna send a message talking about it's canceled, sorry. And then that was it.
Listen, it's all good, because we didn't even know what movie we was gonna watch. I'm like, what we going into?
We ain't know nothing. We had no
We ain't know
details.
nothing.
said it's canceled. I'm sorry.
Wait.
I couldn't talk. Listen, I
Wait
wasn't
a minute.
any
Wait a
cat
minute.
talk.
We could have pulled up and Janika would have had like a lawnmower and some rakes, guys. We had to do some yard work or something. It's y'all here.
Yeah, since y'all came.
That's funny.
You know what? Since you came, I need some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brittany.
I'll give you some lemonade afterwards.
All right, so
Y'all so wrong.
so look, we're gonna get together. We're gonna plan on the 7th when we're gonna get together. So that we can come together and do, because you know the weather is good. We'll be able to do whatever. As far as like, y'all didn't want to go to a park. Y'all want to still go to Nikki?
Oh, ain't no outside activities, man.
Wait a minute, how she gonna ask? Y'all still want to go to Nikki house? Huh?
You volunteered. You volunteered your house, okay?
Yes, but somebody caught COVID. The time has passed.
Negro, the time is over. Yes, the time has passed, okay? COVID,
Mhm.
listen, okay, I'll take my COVID test before I show up in the next.
No, we all gotta take tests when we get there.
Yeah, we all gonna be time.
We gonna be in line. Nikki gonna be like, next, come on, get up here. No, you gotta go.
Let me swab.
You gotta go back home.
I think you're gonna take a COVID test. Hold on, wait a minute. Not
I
only
ain't
that,
fooling with
but-
Kenny.
What you say? What's your temperature? She got the temperature gun. What's your
but
temperature?
wait a minute. I was at wait a
She
minute.
all in your head. What's your temperature?
I know Janika is not talking. I was at her house cleaning.
I know God
When?
protected me. She came last Thursday. The Lord was watching over me.
Cleaning her house when I was sick.
What?
Cleaning her house.
Oh man, slave labor. All right.
He
Shut up,
said,
Trey.
Thinking you never stopped going, so nobody didn't know you was really sick.
Exactly. Thank
Now,
you,
oh,
Aunt
that's a good.
Sissy.
Oh, that's a
That's
good
a
one.
good
Thank you,
That
Aunt
was a good one.
Sissy.
That was a good one.
Listen, I was down. I was down for the count. Y'all just didn't know. Okay. I was down for the count. I was there. I was at a point where as though I could not move,
Kenny was in my house, y'all, music blasting in all over the rooms,
cleaning everything.
doing her thing.
Listen, like your mom just said, we wouldn't know, Latrice, because you like, yo, I gotta go here, I'm going over there.
Exactly.
She all over. That's why you couldn't get well. You running all over the place.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, because let me tell you something. Listen, but let me tell you why I could not get well, because my kids were sick and I had to make sure they were well. So I was not getting any rest while they were listen, I was up all night, sleeping, sitting up, trying not to cough and choke.
But you was cleaning though. Why was you cleaning?
I had to mop my floor.
No, when she, Chingy,
You
when
ain't
you
had to mop
came,
your floor. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. In your mind, you did, but that floor wasn't dirty. Okay. Don't even try it. Ain't that much
Listen.
dirt on that floor. Trust me.
Cut your schedule in half. And then when you cut it in half, cut it in half of that.
Right. Thank you.
Cut the schedule in half.
You a
Yeah,
quarter
cut
of
the
the
schedule in
schedule.
half. Right,
but
you going
Chingy,
there.
when you came here that Thursday, only thing wrong with you was your voice.
Yes, but I had got sick that Tuesday. And I didn't know that I was really sick. I was waking up every night coughing up mucus and stuff like that. But I thought it was a sinus infection because it was.
So you saying when you came to my house, you think you were positive then?
Nikki,
Oh.
I took the test on Monday. I was positive for COVID. I took the test.
Chingy, I very well understand it, but I
Wait a minute,
figured you
what's
must
in
have
the
caught
test?
it between Friday,
No,
huh?
we all were sick on Tuesday.
Really,
before-
really chingy. And then you went to Janika's.
Well, Janika said she wanted me to clean her house. I told her. I said, look, if I don't feel better by tomorrow, then I'm not. But by Thursday, then I'm not gonna come.
But
So
you went.
I came
You
because I
can
was
take a
feeling okay.
story,
I came because I was feeling all right.
that
You
story,
You
spin that
spread those germs
story.
in your house.
Nikki, I did not spread no germs. Nikki's fine.
I made her stay away from me, Janika.
She got the
Man.
nerve. My mom came down and dropped off concoctions to me.
I would have
made
never
you stay
had
away
chicken
from me.
at my house if I thought
This
she had
Pat, you saw
COVID,
him at
that's
the door
for
and say,
sure.
here, just take him
I
inside.
met her at the shopping center. I was not going to her
Well,
house.
Chinny
I know that's right. I
Chinny
know that's right.
caused The whole point was Chingy caused the super spreader back in December, so I can't even understand it.
The super spread, what?
No, I didn't. My
Chingy got,
Yes, you did.
Chingy got
And
10
the whole
family
family.
members sick back in December.
I wasn't
Yes, you
sick.
did.
I wasn't
Chingy was
sick.
ground zero. Chingy was
said ground
ground
zero?
zero, and it said blue, 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 blue,
Everybody was sick. Everybody had COVID.
blue. Yup, it all started with Chingy house.
And my baby,
You just running around here making folks sick. That's a shame.
Yeah.
my baby was
Everybody.
sick. My baby was sick, and then my mom decided she was gonna come over here with
Uh-huh.
my dad, and my dad took his mask off, and then he's coughing, and then my baby is drinking out, he's drinking from her, and then they went down to Nikki's house, and then they spread it. So my mom was the super spreader. Didn't nobody tell you?
So you know what? When we had this get together, that means I need to just double dose up everything.
Yes, you're
I
on some pages.
Yes,
I don't get it.
Y'all better get your elderberry and your echinacea, okay?
No, I'm bringing a beekeeper suit.
Right, that's right. That's right. Beekeeper,
With a
that's
tree.
right.
Listen, she called her ground zero.
And spray it with Lysol. You better spray
It
that
was
suit with some Lysol.
ground zero.
Bring some Lysol.
That's right.
Ground zero.
Ground zero. She was ground zero.
Latrice. Latrice.
Not the super spreader, because I didn't go nowhere.
Listen,
My mom came here.
tomorrow only go to 3 places. You ain't got to do the 15 that you planning. You know, Brigantine Castle, Sesame Place, the farm, Georgia. No, cut it down to 3.
To 3. All right.
That's
I'll try to
Yo.
I'll try to do one. I'll try to stay
Straight
out,
super
I'll stay out of Maryland.
spreader, that's all.
And wait a
I'm
minute,
gonna
your
say.
kid, listen, your kids, their lungs are red right now because of all the running around they gotta do. With mom gotta go, let it turn blue, let it turn back blue.
My kids, they're all well. It's
They're
just
well.
horrible. They're all well. My
All of them.
babies are well.
Brown.
Super spreader.
I was the one that
Brown.
We got all the germs going on. over there.
And I'm not kidding you, y'all. It was so bad. When I say, because I was like, what is going? I mean, they came that Sunday, and by Tuesday, everybody's on the phone with either a sore throat, scratching up. What the devil? Pat says she admits, well, I stopped by Chingy's. You did what?
exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
everybody was
Wait a
down.
minute. That's like stopping at the White House 3 years ago. We'll go-
Exactly.
Yo, they
I
having a
was so
party, everybody
done.
invited.
I invited.
It went all the way to Maryland, from Maryland to New Jersey. Started with Chingy's house,
Fair.
ground zero.
Yeah,
Ground
go ahead,
zero.
man.
I told her, I said, Mom, I said, you know we got COVID. She came by here. She was like, I needed
I came by.
actions.
No, I came because you did not cut up onions. You did not make something for the kids.
But the whole point is, I found out Chingy just let more information out the bag. She
Oh.
said Bill went in, took the mask off.
He was,
Oh, on it,
Dad was sitting down with Joel, playing with her, and Joel was coughing in his face.
and came right to my house the next day.
The
See, y'all-
same
oh,
day.
oh,
And
man.
Mickey, it was the same.
I can't
exact
trust
day.
my black family.
It was the same day.
I know, I can't trust my black family. I
You
can't
better get a
trust
white.
them.
You better get a different
Back
color.
to that other family then.
You better get a different color one.
I can't trust you.
She said, I can't trust you.
I was out of work. I missed a whole like 6-7 weeks of work. Y'all,
Oh
I
my
can't fool
goodness.
with y'all.
Girl, you ain't been back to work in like 6 years. What you talking about? It's like,
Shut up,
So wait a minute, so-
Chingy.
So we can't have this event then until like 4 months from now, right? We're gonna have to wait.
no.
No, well, listen, we got to wait till the coast is clear.
We want to make sure she cleared.
First of all, the coast's gonna be clear. I go to work on Sunday.
No.
You ain't gotta get no
Latrice,
attitude.
no, wait,
I got
Latrice,
no
you were the one in the beginning that said, because I remember you was like, because when Cole, I ain't worried about this. And I remember I was saying to myself then, like, what she mean? She's not worried about it. But now I know.
Girl,
Now I know.
all still getting my hair done. Okay, good night, Leisha.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for
night.
your insight. And we won't tell nobody that you
Good night, Lisa.
That you said.
Stupid.
Good night, Lisa.
We pleading the fifth. Oh,
Right.
Good night.
don't say nothing, y'all. Shh. Get your attorney first.
Y'all are crazy.
No.
Somebody call Shopton. But no, yeah. So when you said that, I was like, yo, what? And I know, listen, I know how you listen. You got that swag where when you confident about something, but sometimes you be ignoring other stuff that probably you shouldn't
I
ignore.
didn't never say that I couldn't get it. I just said.
No, you're right. You didn't. You never said that. You just said, listen, I ain't worried about it. But you said it like,
I
wait.
ain't taking nothing. I ain't taking.
No,
Right, right.
Wait a minute, Erica, wait a minute, Erica, wait, Erica and Trey. Y'all, you saying you didn't know Chingy and them had it in December?
No, I didn't
I
know
knew
that.
that. I knew about that.
Did I know about it?
I know about it, but I wasn't
I
around.
knew,
See,
yeah.
I wasn't around the trees like y'all were.
Yeah, they don't come, it's not like we come around each other. We wasn't around each other.
No,
We
no,
were
I knew
on-
because actually Latrice told me. Yeah, Latrice told me,
Okay.
and I was thinking to myself,
Oh, Trey,
yes.
And when I
listen,
had it,
Trey.
it wasn't bad.
In December,
December
Chingy,
was not
excuse
bad.
me, Latrice, in December, Trey, you just missed it because Chingy was bringing you soup and
Oh, I was never. Well, look, oh no, okay, yeah. I was never there, but
Never there.
then y'all wait. The thing y'all had at the church, I didn't go to.
oh, right.
Oh,
right.
Remember, you got right. So that was the super spreader event, and I was like, listen, my
He's the super spreader.
Yes.
my behind was home because I remember I told my they was like, we're going up to. I was like, yo, I'm not.
I'm not going there.
And then they showed me pictures. I'm like, yo, it's 150,000 people here.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping.
It was a church. It was a church event. It was a
Right.
church event that Squeaky was
And
having.
God had y'all covered.
We wasn't doing it. It was something that
He
Squeaky.
said,
No,
Hey,
when
God
I
had
saw
y'all
them
covered.
photos, I was like,
y'all
Come on,
y'all was covered.
listen, I agree with Nick. I agree with Janika. Like, yes, I'm looking at my black people like, what's up, y'all? What's up? Y'all listen, y'all in there hard, congregating hard, mask off, like, yeah. I'm sorry, bro. You all right? Like, see, I'm gonna
He
hurt
said,
somebody.
the Lord
Listen,
didn't tell y'all to do that. He said,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. The first,
Can you
I didn't
stop
tell y'all
the
this.
recording?
Oh, sorry. Let me turn this off.
Wait,
Remember